Go to badboymembership.com. You'll go from not getting what you want when it comes to you dealing with women to actually getting what you want, to being the guy women want to be with, women want to date, women want to have sex with. All you need to do is go to badboymembership.com.
Just one rapper that you think of, or two rappers that you think of, or in the whole entire state, it should be at least 15 to 20. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. All right, so take us back to about 2015. You do the tour with Zoe Dollars. It was Everyday We Lit, Everyday Be Lit tour that you got.
Everything Be Lit tour. Okay. Zoe Dollars, shout out to them. We went on like a promo run. You know, we both were pushing our records at the same time. I was pushing mine, Everything Be Lit. He was pushing his at the same time. Blow a check. So we went on a little 6-city promo run to push that. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Now, okay, so let's take us back to, because, you know, everybody, you know, we see the situation with YFN and PnB Rock. So take us back and get us familiar with, you know, Zach, I think you were performing the song, then PnB Rock came to the show. If the storyline's wrong, let me know. But how did you, you know, PnB?
Yeah, you did. I'm gonna take it back, and I'm gonna basically shorten the long story. So I had ties with parties. I had ties with YFN Lucci due to the fact that his label was trying to sign me, which is Think It's a Game. They were trying to sign me for a record I had called Everything Be Lit and Drink or Two. They flew me out there for a meeting, and you know, we've been communicating for about a year, you know, throughout the situation. And when I went on the run, the promo run with Zoe Dollars, PnB Rock came to our second show at Onyx in Philly, and he was chilling with us, chopping it up with us when I performed the record, and DJ was playing the record, you know, over and over again through that night. You know what I'm saying? And that's really it, you know.
Right. So it's walk us down. So okay, boom. Then you're supposed to, I guess, sign. They wanted to sign you with that label, and then a couple, I don't know how the timeline, but Everyday We Lit comes out after they heard your song without your permission. Talk about that.
So basically, what happened was, I get a phone call. Well, let me rewind it. So, you know, time go by, and I'm like, all right, man, I ain't hear nothing from them. They ain't send no paperwork, so I guess, you know, they don't want to do the deal. You know, as far as Think It's a Game, you know, my situation with Think It's a Game, I'm like, time has passed. If they really want to do something, they would have did it. You know, so I'm all right. So I'm working on other avenues, other plans and stuff like that. You know, to keep everything going. You know what I mean? Working on my plan B. So after the meeting, I want to say maybe like 7 months go by, 7 to 8 months go by, and they dropped their record. When I first heard the record, I kind of was like naive about it. I wasn't pretty too sure. I didn't really know anything about copyright infringement. So I'm thinking like, you know, like anybody that don't know ins and outs of it, you would think like, over the beat got to be the same, the production got to be the same, and it got to sound exactly like, which that's not the case. But long story short, famous producer reached out to me, and he pretty much called me. I don't want to say his name, but he called me and was like, "Yo, bro, did you hear their record?" I'm like, "Nah, what you mean?" He's like, "Yo, like a new record that they got, you know, Everyday We Lit." I'm like, I'm playing dumb because I don't know if somebody sent them to call me. They, you know, somebody fishing around. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there playing dumb and shit. I'm like, "Nah, what you mean? I haven't heard it." He like, "Bro, you need to listen to that record, man. I'm gonna tell you one thing. When you hear that record, you're gonna know what I'm talking about." And I'm like, "What you mean?" He like, "You'll see." And he's like, "Yo, pretty long story short, he's like, the records, they sound very similar. They got a lot of similarities between them." And I'm like, and I'm asking him, because I've never been in no situation like this before. And I'm asking him, I'm like, "Yo, what should I do?" Long story short, he's like, "Yo, they owe you some publishing on that record." So I call Think It's a Game, and I tell him, and I'm like, "Listen, bro, what's going on with that record y'all got? Because it's very similar to mine." They're like, "Nah," you know, they point the finger, blaming PnB. They're like, "Nah, it wasn't us, it was him. But I do agree the records do sound very similar. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna work on something. We're gonna get you some publishing, and I'm gonna get back to you." I said, "All right, cool." As you know, they never got back to me. So one of the guys that I know that work with PnB Rock, he also was helping me push my music at the time. So I reached out to him. Matter of fact, PnB had a show in Jersey, so I ended up running down on him in Jersey to talk to him about the matter. And I talked to my guy that I knew that was helping me at a point in time that was close to PnB Rock, and I'm like, you know, we got an issue. So he's like, yo, I'm gonna set up a meeting. Us, me, you, PnB, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna chop it up, we're gonna get down to the matter of it. So I'm like, all right, cool. As you know, that never happened. So long story short, I told him like, I wasn't even thinking about suing him at first. That wasn't even on my mind. Like I just wanted a feature and you know, maybe some points on the record, a feature. Right. And that's it. Keep it moving. Sweep that shit under the rug and that's it. But being that they told me that they was gonna do something from both parties and they never did it, I'm like, all right, y'all taking me as a fucking joke right now. You know what I'm saying? For one, I feel like y'all trying to belittle me and y'all think like I'm some little nigga, like y'all just gonna steal my shit and just I'm not gonna fight back. Then on top of that, y'all tell me y'all gonna do something and y'all don't do it. So y'all not being a man of your word. So, you know, I lost a lot of both parties. So, you know, I found me a lawyer and I did what I had to do.
Man, I've heard a million of stories just like this. The only thing is, the most times motherfuckers get beat. They don't get their money. They don't hear from somebody. They don't have the resources to be able to go ahead and combat things like that. It happens in the game all the time. And it kind of gives somebody a real sense of reality when it comes to the music business. What did that do for you? Being in the game for some time then, but dealing with some people in the industry and seeing how fake and how crazy and grimy it could be. What kind of perspective did you have after that for the game?
I mean, I don't really take on the game. It's all about I really don't put too much past people. I always make sure I dot my I's, cross my T's. You feel me? Like any conversations, I keep track of it. You know what I'm saying? Text messages, phone conversations, whatever. Like I don't ever put nothing nobody. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say like the game is grimy. I mean, it's grimy, just like nobody really owes you nothing. Nobody really owes you no type of loyalty in this business. They're gonna look out for them at the end of the day. So if you not in their interest, they're gonna screw you over. You know? By me just moving like that and just thinking like that, it seems to shock me. I just gotta make sure I have my business ready. Situation, you know.
Yeah, now a lot of people don't know. I think you were awarded like 1.7 when it all came down, but you could have had 8. So talk about the I hate to remind you about that. Talk about the copyright.
Shit.
You know, I think you said the person that you had to do the copyright did it wrong, and they filed their song before yours. So tell us about that aspect too.
What happened was, I actually before they put out their record, I actually went to file my copyright with my lawyer at the time, and for some strange reason, I'm just gonna put it like that, he didn't do the copyright right when he put it in. So when he did it, because it's two options, it's 2 different ways to do a copyright. The first one is you could pay your fee and you do it per single, and the second way to do it is you got to do it per project, which I learned. So you can either upload it 1 song at a time, or you can upload 10 songs to a project. So 10 songs under 1 project at a time. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, he uploaded like 3-4 songs or whatnot. Well, I don't think that he put it under like a project. I think he did it like singles or whatnot. So at that time, the copyright office been reaching out to him over a period of time, a few months or whatnot, because since he did the copy, his information was in the computer, in the system. So he's the person that they actually pinpointed to reach out to. So at the time, he's super busy. I can't even get in contact with him. So months go by, and it takes like 6-7 months for your copyright to actually go through, for you to get your registration number. You know what I'm saying? So time go by. I'm like, damn, like where my copyright at? Especially when I heard they record, I'm like, oh man. I'm like, it ain't looking too good. So I finally like calling the copyright office, like call unemployment. You're never gonna get through. You gotta keep blowing them up 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, every day, nonstop. And then when you get to when you do get to somebody, an agent or somebody, they're gonna give you the runaround. And one day I caught I caught somebody that just was, I guess, was willing to help me that day. And I was like, listen, I got this issue. I told him my whole breakdown, everything. It's like, you know what? Just wait right here. I'm gonna get you the person that's actually in charge of your registration and your copyright. And they got me through, and I finally, got it registered and everything. But that wasn't until after they came out with their record, when it really should have been before they came out with their record. So being that my copyright came out after they came out with their record, I was only able to be rewarded for the writer's credit of the actual record. But if it would have came out before, like I intended it to be, I would have been rewarded for the whole amount of the record. You know what I mean?
Now, the last question for me about that,
yeah.
When you're moving forward, and one of the stipulations was they can't perform the song without your permission. So have they performed the song? Did you give them permission after that? And is the song like on the shelf now? How does that work?
So as for my understanding, I'm not too sure, but from my understanding, the judge basically granted them, saying that, but granted me, but basically telling them that they're not allowed to perform the record anymore. So I mean, if they do, and as we catch wind of it, I'm sure there's some legal actions that can apply, to them, to the both of them. But
I want to transition into just hip hop in general, because I think it was Jim Jones. I don't know who else said it, but they said that hip hop is a very dangerous profession. And we all know the violence that goes on within hip hop, whatever area you live in. Obviously, you got some shit you got to deal with. How do you cope or deal with it now? I mean, obviously, being a hip hop artist, but still being a human being, how do you maneuver and deal with the two, especially with the violence and stuff? Do you think it's dangerous, or it depends on the energy and how you move it?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, especially with me now, I'm from the hood, so being out with this news dropped, and with this whole money situation, I definitely got to move smarter, watch my surroundings. But the funny thing about that is that I always move like that anyway. I don't hang with a lot of people. I don't fuck with a lot of people like that. I keep a small circle. It take a while for me to trust people and to even let you be around me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be out and about. See me like it ain't like somebody could just say, "Oh yeah, that's Kim. I already know every Friday." He be like, "No, I don't move like that. You see me, it's like, oh wow, you saw me." But after that, a regular thing. I just move real militant, and I move to myself. You know what I'm saying? But like moving like that and thinking like the way you gotta move in the industry, because like I said, it goes back to what I said before. Like I don't put nothing past nobody. I don't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta move like that, because you never know somebody's motive. You don't know. You don't know what somebody else is feeling. Like they real, how they really feel about you, their true feelings about you. So kind of just gotta, like I said, dot your I's, cross your T's. Dot your I's, cross your T's, and just make sure you're on top of everything. You really know what's going on. You don't let nobody trick you in your spot. You know what I'm saying? That's that. Just watch the circle you move with, around you. That's important.
Now, are you I know you were moving independent prior. Are you still independent? And what's your situation looking like now?
Yeah, I'm still independent right now. I just dropped this project last Friday, Rackboy Season. I'm getting a lot of pretty good feedback on that. The main single we pushing right now is All I Know. We're getting a lot of good feedback on that. A lot of DJs is playing that. A lot of people is responsive to it. So we just pushing right now, doing all the leg work, building it up. Then eventually coming out with a remix and trying to get a situation,
Now, how do you got YouTube, man? I'm looking at a couple of your videos. True to this, got like 476,000 views. How did you approach the YouTube thing? Did you did you study that, or you kind of just post your music up and let the fans react to it?
Really with me, I just try to stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing shit, keep dropping shit, and just let the fans react to it.
No doubt.
Word out. All I Know. You got that out now. We're gonna see a tour. We're gonna you planning what you got going on with the single, what you got going on with the album.
I'm working on a promo run right now. We're about to hit city to city, state to state, hit the ground running. We about to drop the video probably like next week, next Friday, the following Friday, whatever date that is. I believe that's the 9th, right?
Next Friday?
Yeah.
Thursday or Friday, yeah.
The 9th or the 10th. But yeah, we should be dropping the visual for that. And we're just gonna hit the ground running. You know what I mean? State to state, you know, city to city, you know, DJ to DJ, you know, and push this thing out, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now, did COVID affect your music at all? Or I mean, not your music, but like obviously moving around. How did that affect you? How did you adjust to that?
Yeah, I had my last single that I put out, Big League. It was doing pretty good. It was doing pretty good on the radio, getting a lot of spins. Definitely where I'm at, you know, in the tri-state. And it got to a point where it was like people wanted to book me for shows, but they couldn't book me because it was nothing open. Couldn't do nothing. You know what I mean? I kind of just, so after that, I kind of just was sitting tight because I knew I was going to drop All I Know. Big League was like the appetizer for All I Know, you know what I mean, for the main entree. So I kind of was sitting tight and just seeing what was going to happen. They was going to shut it down again, whatnot. So I just was like, all right, full quarter coming. Let me set it up and get right and drop the whole project and drop the main single. So hopefully they don't shut down again, which I don't think they are. So we should be in good, you know, good space right now to get that shit running.
How's your demographic in Jersey and your demographic in all the other states? It's crazy for us because I know Jersey obviously shows us love, but we get a ton of love down south too. What I've been noticing. So how's your love in other places?
Yeah, my love is good. Mine is like spread out all over. I got a lot of overseas fans too. You know, kids to 35 years old. You know what I mean? I'm real versatile, so I make a lot of different type of music. And I got some joints where I'm straight rapping. I got some joints where I'm a little melodic. You know what I mean? I got some joints that's like super catchy. So basically that spreads out my audience and makes it real wide, you know, due to the versatility, you know, and my sound and my music.
Did you get to perform overseas yet?
Nah, not yet. I can't wait though.
Girl, that shit's crazy out there.
I don't know, man, because I don't know if I'm getting that COVID.
I hear you on that, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
This shit may stunt my growth a little bit as far as like moving around from different countries. But I mean, if I could find a loophole, a way to do it without doing that, I'm with it.
Hopefully time's the loophole and we can all just wait the shit out and they just start opening things back up. We'll see though.
Yeah,
for real, because that COVID shot, that vaccine is wicked. I mean, I know Pfizer, the FDA just approved it. I don't know, man. I don't trust them either.
Yeah, they've been approving cigarettes and all kind of shit. I'm cool on that.
Man, let's be serious, man.
But yeah, man, go ahead and drop your social media handles where people can find you real quick. Rackboy Cam here on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast.
Yes, sir.
You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Rackboy Cam. Make sure you follow me on, Instagram or all type of social medias, RACKBOY_CAM. And you know what it is. It's Rackboy season. We out here. All I know, let's get it, baby. Hip Hop Uncensored. Thanks for having me, man.
Pleasure's all ours, brother. Definitely appreciate you coming on. Jersey's in the building. We got a studio down in South Jersey, man. When everything's said and done, we love to have you come through, check it out. Maybe drop some records, man. You know what I mean? We know how we do. Come on live on the set, man, and chop it up with us. We appreciate you, bro. Keep doing the thing for Jersey.
Word, I just want to give a shout out to my man, to my PR Hanif, man. Shout out to you for making this thing possible, man. I appreciate you. You already know what time it is, man.
Salute.